questions. Now, these are going to be questions that were actually answered by the general managers of the NBA every single season before the season starts. Someone random asks every single general manager in the entire association who would they start a franchise with if they could, who's going to win the NBA championship, who's winning the MVP, who's the best coach, a bunch of random questions that I want you to answer. And of course, I will be answering them myself, so I want you some hot takes. I want you to give some hot takes. Just a little bit of a questionnaire for you NBA or sports fans, or maybe you just want to listen to me whisper ramble, which I also very much appreciate. What I would also appreciate if you could leave a like on the video. It seems like a lot less of you guys are liking the videos recently, which makes me really sad. So, I mean, if you guys want to press the like button, it really does a lot for me. It does a lot for the channel. It does absolutely nothing for you. It takes a little bit of your time, like 0.1 seconds. If you guys could leave a like on the video, it would really help out a lot. And if you could just watch the entire video, just sit back, relax, that also would help out a lot. Predictions. Who will win the NBA championship? What team will win the NBA championship? 80% of the general managers in the NBA said OKC is repeating next year. 80% of the teams believe that OKC is already winning next year. That is a huge jump. That is insane. Tied for second are Cleveland and the Denver Nuggets. That is actually insane. Wow. I mean, of course, OKC is a young team. They were deep last year. They're deep this year. They're pretty much just running it back with the same team. So, of course, they're going to have a really good shot at winning the championship. But, like, Houston or, like, Denver taking them to Game 7, or even a not-so-great Indiana Pacer team taking them to Game 7 also. They have a lot of confidence in OKC, and that's interesting. That's just a really high number, 80%. Let's see here. Who will win next year's MVP? I also really want to know your answer, so you can answer in your brain or say it out loud, or you can comment it down below. I would really love to know your own answers. Who will win next season's MVP? Third place, we have SGA. Second place, we have Luka Doncic with 10%. But in first place, with 67% of the voting, going to your boy Nikola Jokic. Whoa. Nikola Jokic getting another MVP, man. It wouldn't surprise me. It really would not surprise me. If you were starting a franchise today and could only sign one player, any player, who would it be? If you could sign one player, any player, who would it be to start a franchise? In third place, there's actually only 3 names mentioned. So only 3 players in the entire NBA were mentioned in this vote. Third place is Nikola Jokic. Second place is actually SGA. But in first place, with 83% of the votes going to Victor Wembanyama. Duh. If you don't pick Victor Wembanyama, you're stupid. I'm assuming that Nikola Jokic pick was probably whoever was the Denver Nuggets general manager. Because teams can vote for their own players and stuff. They can say their own players. So I'm assuming that was the Nuggets GM. But yeah, if you're starting a new team and you can pick any player, you want someone young and you want someone talented. And Victor Wembanyama is already like a top 10 player in the NBA in his 3rd season. So yeah, that is a very good pick, and that would also be my pick. Which NBA player is most likely to have a breakout season? What NBA player is most likely to have a breakout season? Victor Wembanyama is mentioned here, which that's kind of like no duh. Like, is the sky gonna be blue tomorrow? Like, yes, duh, Victor Wembanyama is gonna be good next year. Some other names mentioned were guys like Jalen Johnson, Franz Wagner, Reed Shepard, I guess was a vote. Zion Williamson's name was also mentioned. Denny Avdia from Portland. Let's go. But at number 1 is Amen Thompson. Yeah. The Houston Rockets are going to be a pretty competitive team now that they do have Kevin Durant. And Amen Thompson last season was already having a breakout year, and if he can improve that offensive game while still being a super tough competitive defensive player, that guy's going to be very, very, very good very soon. Just kind of depends on his offensive side of the ball. Who is the best point guard in the NBA? Who is the best point guard in the NBA? Names mentioned: Tyrese Halliburton, who obviously is injured, but that's not a bad pick. Steph Curry, number 3. Number 2, you have Luka Doncic. But at number 1, voted the best point guard in the NBA, is of course the MVP, the Finals MVP, SGA, with 73% of the votes. That is probably the right pick. I think Luka is a very good number 2 pick. If you're a big Steph Curry fan, I guess still, that's also a very good pick. But I think Luka, Steph, that's definitely the conversation. I'm really surprised, like, Cade Cunningham didn't get a nod. Even the Detroit Pistons GM didn't say Cade Cunningham. Like, come on, dude. I love Cade. Even like Jalen Brunson didn't get mentioned, but those are definitely some good picks. Who is the best shooting guard in the NBA? Now you have Steph Curry on here. I'm assuming like one GM, because it's 3%. I'm assuming one GM said Steph Curry for shooting guard. That's interesting. SGA is also on here, which is weird. Luka Doncic is also on here. Alright, but at number 1 is Anthony Edwards, which I think is probably the correct pick. What's crazy? Where's Devin Booker? Where's Devin Booker, bro? I know Devin Booker is kind of technically a point guard also for Phoenix, but Devin Booker's name not being mentioned for either of those positions makes no sense. I don't know what the heck's going on. No mention of Devin Booker is kind of crazy. Who is the best small forward in the NBA? Kawhi Leonard was mentioned. Jimmy Butler was mentioned. Jaylen Brown was mentioned. But at number 1 is Luka Doncic. Chat, is Luka Doncic a small forward? Am I missing something here? I mean, I guess Luka, like, size-wise, is a small forward. He's like 6'6", 6'7", so he's kind of a bigger guy, so I guess that does kind of count him as a small forward, but Luka's definitely a point guard. Jason Tatum was in second place, 20%. Luka Doncic had 40%. I think it's probably Jason Tatum as the best pure small forward, but wow. Who is the best power forward? Number 1, 93% of the vote. Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is the correct answer. Evan Mobley is the only other player mentioned. So like LeBron, well actually LeBron was in the small forward category, which I think LeBron James is more of a power forward. Even Kevin Durant I feel like is more of a power forward than a small forward nowadays, but 2 names mentioned, Evan Mobley and Giannis. Who is the best center? 97%. Nikola Jokic. Only one other player was mentioned. I'm assuming the Spurs GM said this. It's Victor Wembanyama. So 1 vote for Victor, 29, I'm assuming other votes for Nikola Jokic. So that means the best starting 5, which you actually have here, highest percentage of total votes, is SGA at the 1, Anthony Edwards at the 2, Luka at the 3, Giannis at the 4, and Nikola Jokic at the 5. That is the best starting 5 in the NBA. Do you agree with that? Of course, you don't have guys in there like we mentioned, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, LeBron, if you want to make a big hassle about it, Joel Embiid not being mentioned at all either. I don't know, I feel like you can make a really good team not using those players, but that's a pretty good starting 5. Defensively, the small forward, but that's the best starting five. We have the off-season moves now. What team made the best overall moves for the off-season? The Atlanta Hawks are in first place with half of the votes, so 50% of the league think Atlanta made the biggest jump in talent during the off-season. They did get Kristaps Porzingis. They deepened their bench. They definitely look a lot better. They look like a more complete team in an even more wide-open Eastern Conference now that the Celtics, the Bucks, the uncertainty of the Sixers, and the Celtics are not really what they used to be either. Atlanta looking pretty good. And of course, second place with Houston getting Kevin Durant. Second place. Which one player acquisition is going to make the biggest impact? Number one is Kevin Durant on the Houston Rockets. That's kind of a no-duh one. Drew Holiday to the Portland Trailblazers, though, was mentioned. Let's go. Last season, they have it here in the little fine print. Last year, the 76ers getting Paul George was the number one voted thing. That definitely backfired. What was the most underrated player acquisition last offseason? Number one was Desmond Bane to Orlando. Now there's a bunch of other ones named. Cam Johnson to Denver, Kristaps Porzingis to Atlanta, Drew Holiday to Portland is really cool. Lonzo Ball to Cleveland, Bradley Beal to the Clippers, Jalen Green to Phoenix. Bunch of really small names here and there, but it looks like I guess Orlando improving their three-point shooting was a big, I guess, plus for the GMs. Which team will be most improved in 2025? Oh, interesting. So, they already answered what team made the biggest jump in talent, but it's a different answer for the most improved. They actually have the Orlando Magic as the most improved team. So even though Atlanta has the biggest sort of jump in talent, they still think Orlando is going to be better. Which I also think so as well. I also think that Orlando is going to be better than Atlanta. They'll definitely be battling for like that 3-4 matchup for a playoff spot. But I like that Orlando's good. A really good answer. I would probably also answer Orlando, Atlanta. I mean, geez. Those are probably really good. Maybe even Detroit if they make a big jump in talent. What was the most surprising move of the previous off-season? What was the most surprising move of the off-season? You have Celtics breaking up their core. That's literally an answer. The Celtics breaking up their core. Miles Turner to Milwaukee. DeAndre Ayton signing with the Lakers. Young Hansen drafted at number 16. Oh my god. I'm loving the Portland love in this survey. At number one, though, is Milwaukee waiving Damian Lillard. Wow. So Dame leaving the Bucks was the most surprising thing of the offseason. I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting that, so I would probably also answer that question. I think that, and also Dallas getting the number one pick. I think Dallas getting the number one pick, and then, yeah, Dame getting waived was pretty wild. We have some rookie ones that aren't really that exciting because they're all Cooper Flag. Who's going to win Rookie of the Year? Cooper Flag. Which rookie will be the best player in 5 years? Cooper Flag. Let's see. Who is the best defensive player in the NBA? It's Victor Wembanyama. Who is the best perimeter defender in the NBA? Ooh, I would love to know your answer on that one. I feel like this is definitely like a pick your poison type of answer. Pick your poison, pick your poison. You can think of guys like Drew Holiday, Tumani Kamara, if you're a Blazer fan like me. Alex Caruso, Amen Thompson is a good answer as well. But at number one, it's Dyson Daniels from the Atlanta Hawks. Whoa. Is Dyson Daniels the best perimeter defender? I know he gets a lot of steals, and I know he is a very, very, very good defender. But I don't know if I would really say he's the best perimeter defender. That's really tough because he's still kind of small, isn't he? Like, he's only like 6'5", 6'4". He's kind of slender of a build. I don't know. I think Amen Thompson is a really tough one. Dyson Daniels, though, is a steal master. And also, who is the best interior defender, which, of course, is Victor Wembanyama. God, if you're a Spurs fan, I'm so jealous. You Spurs fans are so lucky. Victor Wembanyama, wow. Who is the most versatile defender? Number one is Amen Thompson. Okay, so I guess that's what I was thinking of, like the best all-around defender. And that's someone like Amen Thompson, someone who's like 6'7", 6'8", can defend inside, outside, very fast, very athletic, but still kind of strong. So yeah, I think Amen Thompson's a good answer there. But Draymond Green was second. 40-year-old Draymond actually got second place in this GM voting, with Giannis being third. I'm surprised Giannis didn't get a lot more love in this voting. I think Giannis is still one of the best defenders in the NBA, but I guess the GMs don't really think so. Who is the best coach in the NBA? Who is the best coach in the NBA? It's the Miami Heat's Eric Spoelstra with half of the voting. Yeah, that Miami Heat team somehow always figures it out, no matter how bad the roster is. They're always just a very competitive team. Obviously, we saw them make it to the NBA Finals a couple times when they probably shouldn't have. But what team in the NBA is the most fun to watch? Whoa. I definitely have my answer for this one. What team is the most fun to watch? I do think teams that play at a very high pace are really fun to watch, and of course, Indiana was, I think, the highest paced team with the best offense in the NBA. So Indiana was a lot of fun to watch when they were fully healthy. Even OKC is fun to watch because they have so many good players like SGA and Chet and Jalen Williams, blah, blah, blah. They run a really good offense there as well. Oh boy. It's like an underrated team. I mean, like, I love like the underrated teams like Detroit, Orlando, obviously Portland, but Portland last year was not fun to watch. But you know, like those kind of underrated teams that could do something. But at number one was the Denver Nuggets, tied with OKC. Wow. The Denver Nuggets as the most fun team to watch. Like, no offense to any Denver Nuggets fans, but watching the Nuggets play isn't the most exciting brand of basketball. They do have some exciting players, and of course they do have, again, Nikola Jokic on their team, but you know, when I think the most fun, I like exciting, and you not know what's gonna happen, and athleticism, dunks, and blah blah blah. Like, I want all the spice to it. I feel like the Denver Nuggets run a really good system, but it's not like the most visually appealing game of basketball. It does get the job done though. What team has the best home court? Ooh, what team has the best home court? As from a fan's point of view, I have been to a lot of arenas. The Knicks, the Madison Square Garden was definitely pretty amazing to go there. It's just loud, it's always like buzzing, there's always like commotion, which is really cool. There's never like a dull moment. I've been to Crypto.com for the Lakers, I've been to Crypto.com for the Clippers. Number one for them, though, is the Denver Nuggets. Again, Denver and OKC is rolling with these team questions. I think definitely OKC is one of the best for sure. I even think Indiana really showed out in the finals. Shout out to all the Indiana fans. They really brought the noise. But yeah, Denver and OKC. Maybe I need to watch those series a bit closely next year. team's level of success is the toughest to predict. So basically, what team is going to crash and burn? What NBA team is going to fail, guys? What NBA team has too high of hopes? At number 1, with nearly 50% of the vote, is the Philadelphia 76ers. It looks like the GMs are not really putting a lot of love to the 76ers here, which is true. I mean, of course, if the Sixers are fully healthy, they're a good team. But if they're not healthy, they are going to be in the lottery yet again, which is pretty hilarious. Let's do like a couple more. Who's the best pure shooter in the NBA? Steph Curry. Who's the fastest player in the NBA? De'Aaron Fox. Who's the best passer? Nikola Jokic. Who's the best leader? Also Steph Curry, winning that vote as well. LeBron James was 4th. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still picking LeBron James to lead my team. No offense to Steph Curry. What basketball player has the highest IQ? Nikola Jokic first, LeBron James second. Who is the player you want to take the last shot of the game? 47% say Steph.